This is the USS Tennessee. It's a World War II battleship. Look at how many guns it has on it. This thing is monstrous. A veritable World War II Leviathan. You think it's big, right? Well, look at how big it is compared to the Yamato. The biggest battleship and one of the biggest ships that ever sailed the oceans. This is big, and today we're going to destroy it, or attempt to, because look at how many guns it has. All of these things, pew pew, they shoot at their planes. I'll be flying one of them. Oh my god. Now, before we destroy it, I would just want to show you how big this thing is. There's the Tennessee, and here's a four-wheeler. Look at me and my amazing little helmet, and we're just gonna drive along this thing. It's so big, you need a vehicle to get around. Oh man, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get through here. We squeezed through, and look at that. Oh man, here's where what? Is this for depth charges or catapult-launched aircraft? Anyway, now let's destroy it. Now, don't worry about these stratagems. That's from last video where we showed off Helldivers like drop pods as a mod. But you'll notice down here, the Japanese fleet is already sailing away. Now, I'm gonna take command of an aircraft and we're gonna try to sink this thing. We spawn at the carrier. Looks like there's planes already flying out overhead. That looks like, that's a fighter. And is this a torpedo bomber or a dive bomber? Let's see if we can't see the underside of it. I'm thinking this might actually be a torpedo bomber, which would be perfect. SBD Dauntless. So, command, the Yamato has run herself aground, now chance of sinking her. Okay. Now, I just love the little gunner on the back here. And I love how there's like already tons of planes in the air, especially if you look at the minimap. We can only see a couple, but there's already a bunch ahead of us. I wonder if that's a fighter screen. Now, I thought this was a torpedo bomber, but well, it doesn't have a torpedo under it. This is a dive bomber. We're gonna try all three different aircraft. So at this point, we kind of have to give a nickname to our gunner here. I think Drontavius is probably a pretty solid name. It's a very strong name. I feel very confident knowing that Drontavius is covering my butt. And man, this Dauntless is slow. Oh, they even sound like it. And look at this. What I love about this is the guns are right behind the propeller, so they're synchronized to fire through the actual propeller. And they have the 30 cal sound effect. This is a very realistic mod already. Okay, so looking at the map, it looks like the battleship has a few destroyers. The DDs mean destroyers, and the BB means big battleship. There's an absolute scrum straight ahead of us of enemy fighters. Oh, what the heck was that? Were those anti-aircraft rounds? Was that a battleship firing an anti-aircraft round? Look at how much flak is being flown out from the Yamato by itself. We just kicked the hornet's nest, and I'm pretty certain that that thing right there that looks like an incredible explosion is actually a main battleship cannon firing a shell that then explodes, sort of like a flak cannon. I've never seen that in a video game before. So what's my, okay. Dive bombers, well, guess what? They have a bomb and they dive. So, I mean, that kind of, we probably should have been getting elevation. There's another one of those. The Yamato's firing, it's like, what? It had 18.1 inch guns. I think that's what's firing right now. I'm not for certain, but like, look at this. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3. That destroyer's sunk. I think 2 destroyers have already gone down. Oh my gosh, look at the anti-aircraft fire just swarming that. I don't know if that's a friendly dive bomber or what, but he is straight up toastified. Well, we're starting our dive bombing run. Oh my goodness! All right, we dropped our 2 bombs. We got direct hits on, like, I guess, for lack of better words, the castle of the thing, and it feels like it did nothing. And I'm going down. Ladies and gentlemen, Baron and Drontavius are going down. We got killed by a hacker? Look at all of those anti-aircraft guns. So if we respawn, we'll respawn on the carrier, and we get to choose a new plane. Now, this one has a different turret on the back of it. You see that? It's like a ball turret. Instead of 2 guns, it seems to be 1, which looks like a 50 caliber. I'm going to need a gunner, please. Now, this thing, it kind of looks like a big old fish on the bottom because it's carrying a fish. An exploding fish. A torpedo. Wait a minute. I just realized we have a battleship over there. And, judging by the map, we have a few... Oh, those are PT boats. I don't have a gunner, unfortunately, but let's actually see. Oh, yeah. I like that. Worst comes to worst, I'll be my my own gunner. We had just enough speed to get off the runway. And this thing is even slower than our dive bomber. But the good thing about this is, let's see how this works. All right, so we're gonna line up. All right, torpedoes away. Looks like we've got a clean line. Now this is a test fire. Obviously, we're not aiming at a ship unless a friendly PT boat happens to hit the inverse of a lottery and run right into it. And then the torpedo goes relatively slowly, and our torpedo rearms itself. So instead of coming from above and diving down, we're actually going to want to attack relatively low and slow to the water line so our torpedo doesn't scuttle itself. So I'm seeing 3 destroyers on the minimap and the battleship. Now, we could try to hit the battleship head on, and we can probably trust that it is not going to maneuver, but that's sort of tricky. My gosh, look at how many planes there are. The other alternative is to come at it perpendicularly, but then we have to account for the speed at which the battleship is going to be moving, and we're going to have to lead our target to a certain degree. I'm actually going to try what would normally be a harder shot, except for the fact that I don't think the AI is going to alter course, so we're going to come head on. The advantage of coming head on, look at this thing, look at it right there, is that there's going to be, in theory, less guns to shoot at me. Hopefully have a target lock. Look at that cute little PT boat. Look, I'm gonna go attack the Yamato. You know what? You do you. I'm proud of you. Oh my gosh, look at the anti-aircraft fire. It's absolutely awe-inspiring. Now, I think normally, oh gosh, okay. Torpedoes away. That thing is going relatively slow and the Yamato's like, I see you, bucko. Oh wait, it's shooting at someone else. We might actually get to see this hit. Oh, do you see it? Look at that thing. Oh, snap. That thing is massive. Oh. Okay, the destroyer's shooting at me with, I guess, the... Oh, torpedo's about to hit. Torpedo's about to hit. That's an impact. Look at that flume of water. The word a flume, a splume? There's a lot of water exploding out of, well, the other water. We got a hit. Oh, and now a fighter just saw me. Decided to, well, that's problematic. I'm now swimming. Hello there, Yamato. Would you like to pick up a fair sailor? Now, what I'm looking for here is actually a dive bomber. Those guys just took the torpedo bomber. Oh, and we got some co-pilots. Hey, look at that. Which one of you? We're gonna try to take out the other destroyer. So ultimately, we do not want the Yamato to run aground over there, because then it could drop off all of its troops and it would create a big problem. And a little bit later, I want to see what's actually over there, because I think there's a battleship we could use. So there's a lot of ways to play this map. Like, do you want to fight the Yamato with air power? Do you want to try to get in a battleship duel? Well, you can do all that. You want to use a PT boat? You can do that. I'm not seeing any destroyers on the map. I'm under the assumption... No, I see one. It's just covered in friendly planes. You can see the letters D and D. Oh, it actually may have sunk. So look straight ahead of me. That's a lot of fire. He's still moving, though. All right, so we're going to wing over and try to run straight down the line and drop these dive bombs, which I think they're two. I'm going to just guess that they're two 50-pounders. That seems about right, although I have no real idea. I used to know all of this stuff, man. Instead of studying organic chemistry, I would just hop on Wikipedia in the lab and look up World War II stuff. All right, we're dive bombing. This is not the best run, but it should be enough. Where's my bombs? Oh, they're like right under the wing. We made a direct impact. Peel off. Hopefully no one sees us. Oh gosh, somebody sees us. Somebody big, lots of flak attack. It's the flak attack. It's the Yamato. Look at that. That destroyer's burning up. Oh, we got green tracer fire. Okay, things are heating up. We gotta get up in here and destroy these freaking boats, mate. This destroyer is relatively crippled. I'm not seeing a lot of machine gun fire coming up from any of these boats. All right, this is gonna be a little bit trickier, but I think we can do it. Hey! That is one ship down, and you guessed it, the biggest one to go. But looking around us visually and looking on the map, I don't see any more escort destroyers. This thing wasn't this flotilla, rather. Oh, we got green tracer fire. Gunner. This gunner's like, you know what? It's more of a suggestion, really. This gun is just more of an aesthetic thing. Do your job! Oh, a Japanese Zero. What a beautiful aircraft. So at this point, the dive bomber's about to take off. Then presumably the torpedo bomber should spawn in its place, right? Hey! All right, we're gonna hit it with another torpedo. Now that they don't have destroyers escorting it, I do want to try to hit this thing perpendicularly. Ooh, and actually you can see it. Why is it veering off like that? Or am I just coming at it from a different angle? Either way, I'm very happy with this. I don't have to alter my course too much. Now, learning the speed of this torpedo is tricky. We don't have any aim assistance, like a predictive line or anything like that. All right. I'm gonna drop late. I mean, because we can. In real life, you wouldn't, but... I mean, that's not terribly late. Oh my gosh, he sees me. Oh my gosh, he sees me. There's the Yamato. Man, I feel like he could sink us if he wanted to. If he fired his guns at us. All right, so I think maybe what happened was once my plane was destroyed, my torpedo despawned. Landing gears up, we're looking good. Remember to appreciate the little things like, oh wait, the torpedo bomber has one machine gun on the wing that fires right outside the propeller arc, so I don't think it needs to be synchronized. Oh, look at that dive bomber, made a run and then got out of there and he's smoking. I'm surprised he's alive. Now the Yamato is on fire and it's smoking, but it's still holding its course and it looks like it's getting close to our friendly battleship. So at this point we need to make a decision. We're gonna head up on the beach here and it looks like this is where the PT boats get spawned in at. So we've got our nice little like flotilla here in this beautiful Crescent Moon Bay. So let's take this thing out. PT 80-foot Elko. There's the carrier. There's the friendly battleship, and there is the enemy battleship. Now, this thing is armed with 4 torpedo tubes. Carrier has been sunk. The Yamato opened up on it. Oh, snap. Oh, that's not good. We lost all air support. All right, I'm going to try this PT boat, and if not, if this doesn't work out, I'll take another one, get to this battleship, and start using it. We can't. Oh, my gosh, he's going to try to beach right there. If he does, they'll have enough infantry to overrun our little base. This is not good. Torpedoes. Torpedoes. Did you see the plane hit that? That's 4 torpedoes away. What? He just shrugged it off. I'm not feeling too good. I need to drop a smoke screen. We've got friends in the battleship. Raven just lost a battalion. We're pretty much lost a battalion. How long is the reload? Is he shooting shells at my torpedoes? That's pretty funny. We have no more planes. Oh, those were all hits. Guys, this thing is a beefy son of a gun. Oh, we're in flak range. All 4 torpedoes were away. I mean, how do you sink that thing? He's going to scuttle himself. Thank goodness this one spawned in because I didn't think I had the time. I think one of the issues we did was we changed the battle. Like if you look in the top middle, we have a certain amount of spawns. So my AI teammates are not spawning in anymore. And those are all Japanese planes. They have air superiority. Oh, they beached. I mean, oh, I killed something. And then Cooper just straight up sniped me out of that. Does that mean I sank the Yamato? It'd be really cool if you had a dynamic system where you had, whoa! Like you could upgrade your base to where you'd start out with like maybe 1 PT boat and increase your dock space and get an airfield, and it would be like this persistent sort of like base management game where you're also fighting this enemy invasion fleet. These are the kind of games that I would love to make. No, 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 no. There it is right over there. All right, all these planes, they're making a dive run. I've got this Bofors here. I didn't even get a shot off. They are spawn camping. Well, we were not able to sink the Yamato. It made its to objective. This is a loss. This is a failure. We're gonna have to come back to this. If you guys want to try to come up with another couple ways to maybe sink the Yamato, the biggest battleship that ever lived. Because right now, woo, I'm all alone on this beach and there's enemy Japanese Zeros up ahead and it's not looking good. Thanks for watching. Pull the trigger on the like button if you do want to see more, and I will see you in the next one.